Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel of the IELTS Workshop. My name is Phan, teacher of the senior course, and welcome to another edition of the exam room. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to the IELTS speaking examination. Can I see your ID, please? Very good looking, thank you. Let's start with IELTS speaking part 1. In this part, we look into home and accommodation. Did you live in a flat or an apartment? I'm living in a cozy 2-story house in the heart of Hanoi, and I've been living here basically my entire life. What's your favorite room in the house? I gotta say I spend most of my time in my bedroom come study. Whenever I'm at home, I'm either chained to my bed or my computer. That is where I work, as well as where I put my feet up after a hard day's work. What makes you feel pleasant in your home? I guess it's mainly the fact that I get to keep myself to myself, spend some time alone, enjoy myself without being disturbed by others. No matter how sociable you are, it's perfectly fine to, to spend some time by yourself, to look within, and to have a better understanding of who you are. Let's move on to IELTS speaking part 2. Describe a special day out that cost you little money. You should say when the day was, where you went, how much you spent. Explain how you feel about the day. You have 1 minute for preparations, and then you may speak from 1 to 2 minutes. I gotta say I was born into a poor family in Hanoi, so growing up, I learned to be resourceful or cheap in everything that I did. Part of which was planning night outs and parties without breaking the bank. Although I know that birthdays are a special occasion that you shouldn't skimp on, I didn't have the means when I was younger. Therefore, I remember there was this one time when I was 16 years old or something. I had to find a way to make do with only like £10 for a birthday party. Luckily, my friends, the other kids in the ghetto where I lived, quite enjoyed cheap thrills. And so I just popped to the local grocery store to get some crisps when my mother was preparing some bottles of tea at home, which cost next to nothing, obviously. I stuffed everything into my backpack, the same backpack that I used to carry my books to school in the morning, and we all headed to a local public park for a night out. We nibbled on the crisps while having a chinwag about whatever it was that we were interested in. Now, I couldn't remember exactly what we chatted about, but all in all, I guess it's safe to say that we were having a whale of a time. Down the line, we got together a couple of times more for other occasions and parties and gatherings that we actually had some budget for. However, there's something really special about the fun you have during a time of hardship. In a way, the adversity makes you appreciate the experience way much more. And so, looking back, all in all, that's probably why that particular birthday party has really stayed with me throughout the years. One of the best birthday parties ever. Period. It's time for IELTS speaking part 3. Do you prefer to go out with a friend or with a group of friends? It very much depends on what sorts of activities that I'm about to engage in, but for the most part, I tend to hang out with several friends. Basically, the more the merrier, yes? It's simply more lively and fun. There's always lots of laughs, socializing in groups, and the way people bounce ideas off of each other often lead to some highly entertaining results. Take for instance, going for movies. After enjoying the blockbuster, one often comes up with some inside jokes with their friends that they will probably keep on using for years to come to remind themselves of the happy time they spent together. Why do people sometimes go out alone? Although some people might attach a social stigma to going out alone, it's perfectly healthy and normal. There's nothing wrong with a party of one. The best part of going out on your own is that you don't know who you're going to run into. Thus, you have the chance to meet new people, widen your social circle, and being by yourself actually forces you to be much more approachable and sociable. You might even come across as being more accessible to others. So, you can start your night out solo, but you don't have to end it being alone. That is the end of the IELTS speaking test. Thank you as always for tuning in. This is Tùng Phan from the IELTS Workshop. I hope you really enjoyed the video and you're going to have a wonderful time with your family during Christmas. That's it for today. Thank you and bye-bye.